Well, the socialist revolution in New York City lasted about 5 minutes.
Well, he hasn't yet taken office, but New York City mayoral-elect Zohran Mamdani has already reached out to several Democrats to work with him to take on President Trump. He's already had phone calls with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. He also had a meeting with Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren earlier this week. She has said she is on board with his plan of rent freezes and free public transit. But New York Governor Kathy Hochul says pump the brakes because right now she doesn't see a plan that takes money out of a system that relies on those fares. News Nation's Leah Lando is live for us there in New York. So, Leah, what more are you learning about these meetings, about these phone calls?
Yeah, that's right, Nicole. It's not really surprising that the incoming New York City mayor is meeting and reaching out to Democratic leaders, right? But perhaps what's most notable here is who he is reaching out to. We are talking about some big names in the Democratic Party who have taken on President Trump for various reasons. As you mentioned, he has held private calls with at least 3 Democratic governors. We're talking about Wes Moore of Maryland, J.B. Pritzker from Illinois, Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, all who have pushed back on Trump policies, including his efforts and attempts to send federal troops to Democratic cities. So Mamdani has said that he wants to be proactive, including directly reaching out to President Trump. The president, in turn, we've heard him say that he wants New York City to be got free child care, rent freezes, free buses. So again, he hasn't even taken office here in New York City. He's already reaching out beyond New York City to other Democratic leaders.
Yes, a question was raised to Trump about this guy. His response was perfect. If you take a look at what is going on, a lot of companies are fleeing New York. On this video, I'm going to show you what exactly is going on. This guy came in. The kind of people he's surrounding himself should clearly tell you, oh Lord, I believe you've seen the beginning of the video. He's meeting with these people to tackle Trump. And you know the end result, how this will turn out. He said in an interview the other day that he's planning to meet with Trump. A reporter asked Trump if he's willing to see him. Trump responded, yes, I want to know what he has. So you should understand exactly what is going on here.
Democrats must recognize that Zohran Mamdani is the future of the party. Unfortunately, it's the Republican Party. We've run this experiment many times, and the results are always obvious. Here's capitalist South Korea at night from space. Here's socialist North Korea. Yeah. In 1990, Venezuela was wealthier than Poland. But then Poland, finally free of Soviet-style economics, went all in on capitalism. And now their economy is as big as Japan. And people there have high wages, low inflation, cars, vacations, homes. Meanwhile, Venezuela traded capitalism for Hugo Chavez's Socialism for the 21st Century, which turned out to be like socialism in the last century, or any century, a fucking mess. It turned one of Latin America's richest countries into one of its poorest. Low wages, high inflation, shortages, outages, 8 million people fleeing.
Yes, I believe you heard B. Maher. What he said here is nothing but the truth. This has been tested in the past and it came out to be this way. I see a lot of people going after me when I report videos like this. The truth is, I just want people to see, what is going on. Someone attacked me. Oh, give me one reason why you're attacking Mamdani. I don't attack Mamdani. I'm reporting and criticizing some things. I disagree with him. That is the truth. And if you've been following me, this is what I've been doing here on this platform for over a long time. This is not the first person that is coming in and I'm doing this. So please bear with me. I might agree with him on some issues, but there are some I disagree with.
But you're definitely not going to add any more restaurants here under this new leadership. Why do you take such issue with the new mayor?
Currently, we had 3 leases ready to sign in October. Upper West Side, Upper East Side, and West Side Midtown to expand Diner 24, because we were the first to bring back the 24-hour diner post-COVID. Because remember, all of them closed, and we brought back the 24-hour diner, and it really was such a success. We wanted to open 4 altogether just in the Manhattan area. But, when I start hearing uncertainty and I start hearing, defund the police and a lot of uncertainty in the small business areas of what I'm hearing this upcoming mayor campaigning on, we like clarity. We don't like guessing. So right now we're just like a sit back and wait and see if he can pass some of these things that he campaigned on, because we're not going to open businesses in that climate.
So if not in New York City, where else might you open more business?
Well, we have 2 diner leases ready to go in Miami, where I am right now. And we have plenty of capital to expand because the business is doing so well, and I believe there's a need for a 24-hour diner. But when you get to that $20 price point, people the politicians don't understand it because they never ran a lemonade stand. But when you raise minimum wage to $30, at that point, that $12 hamburger becomes $22. And it's not going to work when you're in the fast casual business where the average ticket is $15 to $24 a person. That's basically a nail in the coffin. You're out of business. And all I say to the mayor, upcoming mayor, is, and actually he's quite impressive for a 33-year-old, but he's never run a business. He's never run a small business. And to me, I think he needs to open the doors for dialogue or debate with small business owners like myself and other restaurateurs and other small business owners to open dialogues. I think the best thing for all of us is a better New York City. And I just think his policies, his socialistic policies do not work.
These are businesses fleeing New York when the guy is not even there. Just imagine already having meetings, meeting people, planning to go after Trump or to go against Trump's policies, when the guy is not even yet there. That should frighten you, right? I don't understand why this guy thinks this is the best idea to do that. Crazy, right? Others came and tried. It didn't work out the best. If he wants to run New York in the best way possible, he should be calm. Yeah, he should work with Trump. If he wants to make this tough guy thing, it will not work out. That is just what I've observed.
The mayor that has taken over New York City is a Muslim that's going to take down the city that never sleeps, the city of life's dreams, this city that our ancestors brought forth in prosperity and greatness and liberty. This city will turn into a forbidden place of darkness. The blood, sweat, and tears that the city of New York was built on will turn into a virtual refugee shelter from ideology.
You think people that are pro Second Amendment, safety, low taxes are going to be moving to New York City? No. But who will be moving to New York City? If you're a criminal, it's a great time to move to New York City.
The campaign he carried out, it was like he was campaigning against Trump. That is what I saw all through, which to me, that was crazy.
I will be proactive in the work that I do, and I think that is because of the responsibility I hold to 8.5 million people of being their mayor. It is important that you are open to working with anyone, no matter what disagreements you may have. And I've said this when it pertains to President Trump, that if President Trump wants to speak about lowering the cost of living or delivering cheaper groceries like he ran on, I'm there to have that conversation. The distinction will be that previous administrations have looked to have that conversation to the benefit of themselves and the expense of the people that we look to serve.
Understood, but do you plan to call President Trump?
I will be reaching out to the White House and as we prepare to actually take.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you.
I've ever seen.
Like, what did Mamdani say in his acceptance speech in New York? He said there is no problem. What did he say about no problem too big for the government or too small for the government to fix?
With these people, and it is a call for concern.
Oh, Mamdani! Dios me libre! Oh my God!
This is comunista.
These people are easily convinced.
I think the Democrats are still a mess. I truly believe they're a mess just because there is, what this shows to me is, again, there is this underlying potential energy within the United States of America that is much larger.
And frankly, he could do a master class for all Democrats.
Do with the midterm.
Taught us.
I was expecting Democrats to win. Supported by the Democrats, they run California. Read it. Virginia, in particular, has never been a great bellwether. I want
to appreciate people supporting me, sharing all my videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend videos on this channel.
19. And by extension,
it voted over.
That was my first instant.
to have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's
History.
point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic. He even gets an off.
If the Democrats
Because how many times somebody asks
for
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
give interviews. I don't do them.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before. Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
All the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.
In a generation. And that's a pretty bold statement. His campaign promises were wild.
The United States of America is the land of our greatest achievement. This be a warning to the people.